You're the guy people call when they need a helping hand, moving furniture, unloading a truck. But lately, your shoulder's been acting up, and you're the one who's calling for help. And that's the moment you realize you can no longer shoulder the load.
The Joint and Spine Center is Cincinnati's leading destination for orthopedic care with a range of surgical and non-surgical treatments. So when a moment has the power to change the rest of your life, go to the one place with the power to change it for the better, the Christ Hospital Health Network. This changes everything.
The Pound This Podcast is brought to you by the Christ Hospital Health Network. This is the Pound This Podcast, episode 639, Total Body Workouts versus Split Routines with Josh Garrett.
I want to lose weight, but I don't know how to get started.
What should I meal prep every week?
How do I get those sweet booty gains?
Inspiration for your healthy lifestyle. The Pound This Podcast with Amanda Valentine.
Thank you so much for listening to the Pound This Podcast. The very lively, excited, you just feel the zest of life coming off of him today. It's Josh Garrett.
Yeah.
Well, sleepy
so fired
over there.
up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not my fault, though.
It's not.
Okay, well, that's good. So we can still have fun then.
Sure.
Boss.
Yeah. In that.
So a topic, I got a question asked on Instagram, which you can follow me at You Can Pound This, was somebody was asking about the difference between total body workouts and splits, and basically like what's better, like what's going to maximize your time. If you're going to go to the gym, what you should do. And we're going to get to that topic here in a second. But, I have my favorite book of questions to ask you, Josh. And Sleepy Crabby Josh, I think, will give me some good answers. If questions for the game of life, give me a number.
41.
41. Okay. We don't have some repeat questions. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, I think I already know the answer to that one.
What? I like when people think that they know.
Because you've answered to something that's similar before.
Oh.
It's like if you were going to be the lead in a romantic movie with any actor alive, who would you pick? It'd be Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah. See, I knew.
Boom.
Yeah. Don't question me.
So the book's over with.
No, it's not. Oh, man. Oh, I don't like the rest of these questions. I might go over here. Do you have any questions for me while I'm looking for these?
No, this is your part.
Oh, yeah.
You have the book.
I know. Oh, God, these questions suck, but I have to pick one. If you could have any music group alive today play at your birthday party, which group would you hire?
What?
Yeah, see, do you want a better one than that?
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to name the single most important quality of a good mate, what would it be?
Oh, man. Intelligence.
Okay.
I mean, that's...
You don't want to know some dumb broads?
Well, that's aggressive. But no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, intelligence is something that you're just constantly getting better. You're constantly challenging each other. It's, it's kind of a win-win.
Okay. That's a good answer. I think I want to ask you another question, though. Actually, do you know what? Here, you take it. Ask me. Let's wake you up over there.
Give me a page.
61.
Because you know how much I love reading out loud.
Hey, I'm proud. Can we just focus that I didn't choose 69 and what an adult I am?
That's shocking.
Yeah, see, you got to kind of scan through them. And some of them are just either whacked or they're like, what war would you want to fight in? I'm like, why would I think about that? It's just odd questions.
Oh,
sometimes.
Here we go.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Okay.
If you had to select any single man-made object that best represents your personality,
oh God,
what would it be?
Oh no, that's hard. That's what she said. A man-made object that would represent my personality.
Right? That's.
Oh my God, I don't know. Maybe like a super colorful unicorn piñata.
Well, that went from I don't know to very specific. I have no clue. Maybe just this descriptive thing.
That's just what popped into my head. I don't know if that's the right thing or not. I don't know. It was to see like I can take a beating and still just candy comes out.
What did you say? What? The
What?
unicorn? What did you just say?
Very colorful unicorn piñata.
Colorful?
Colorful.
Why piñata?
Because I don't know, that's what I thought of like colorful. They're fun. Like I think a piñata is when you're having a bunch of fun, like you're at a party, like you're at a birthday party. That's when the piñata's around. Like nobody's mad at a piñata, and even if you do, because you beat the hell out of it because you just want the candy, but then you still get candy.
That's
and you
true.
get toys and stuff. Like it's just it's an overall good vibe.
I feel like there's a lot of accidents that happen with piñatas.
Oh, like accident, like getting hit in the face.
Yeah. America's Funniest Home Videos. I feel like that was a lot of piñatas.
Have you been around a lot of piñata action? Oh, you have to think about it. Have you? Kind of. Like, just for radio stuff. I've never been to like a birthday party with a piñata, but I've like purchased many piñatas for radio bits and having like other people beat up piñatas to win prizes and stuff.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, weirdly, yes, for my job. I don't know. Is my job here at Cincy 360 Fitness going to include any piñatas, you think? No. Oh, you don't want to like get an arm workout or anything of like focus on swinging? Like it's almost kind of like a golf sort of thing or like a baseball?
You're going to try to make it a movement thing now? Movement analysis of the piñata swing?
Yeah.
Blindfolded?
You don't have to be blindfolded.
Yeah, but that makes it fun.
You can't make a movement assessment out of hitting a piñata?
Well, yeah. It'd be a baseball swing.
Yeah.
Ish.
So, see, you could train around piñata hitting.
All right. So, if anybody's listening and you have the goal of crushing a piñata, email us.
Amanda at AmandaValentineBites.com.
Plug.
Yeah, well, that's just where you email me at. Oh, my God. It was speaking of, just before we started this podcast, I just read you an email I got that somebody said that you need to be on the podcast more. Where did you go? You did we used to be on every week for a while.
I know.
Just life gets in the way.
Life is busy.
Mm-hmm.
2 moving targets. I mean, it's kind of challenging to narrow down time, and
yeah. But when you do, it's
I will make it a regular point to
record a
have time.
podcast with me so we can talk about piñatas.
Yes, when I'm not tired. And
you're doing great, Josh.
Fridays are rough. My brain it's shut down by Friday.
But you still got to work tomorrow. I'm going to be here in the morning. Morning into the morning.
Jeeper. What was that?
I will be here tomorrow morning.
Do you train tomorrow?
We have 2 consultations in the morning.
I told you my brain shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be here for those.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, yes, you have to work tomorrow. Okay, so splits versus total body workout. Why would you choose one over the other?
Oh, man, these questions are so it's so specific to each person and what your goals are, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that this one has a lot to do with efficiency and time. So if you have, if you're going to train 5, 6, 7 days a week, then I would probably go more to like a split routine.
Okay.
If you're going to go more, 2, 3 days a week, then I would kind of space it out and go more full body. Myself, I think general population, you're going to get more bang for your buck if you go more full body, just because you're getting more like the big bang movements. So you're getting more calorie burn, but wouldn't create as much hypertrophy, like size of the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going for more of like size and a certain look, then I would go more of like a split routine. But just general overall health and getting in the gym, getting movement in, I'd go full body.
So if somebody's doing a full body and let's say their goal is like 2 to 3 days a week, what kind of movement would you put in those other days? Like what would you just...
You could supplement that with like a yoga, just taking walks, hiking. I would want people to be active, but just maybe not so focused on like gym idea kind of things.
Okay.
Like gym movements.
Lifting stuff.
Yeah, like specific, gotta go to the gym for this hour of time. It's just, if you get 10,000 steps in a day and today's your rest day, maybe you bump it up to 12,500, something like that.
Okay.
So you're just getting more activity in.
Well, I think that, again, we're talking broad stroke statements here because we don't know what specific person we're talking to. But so broad stroke, I would say that probably a lot of, and I would say especially women, would probably want to fill those days with cardio. Like, you know what I mean? Because like you're just thinking weight loss, cut my calories back, and that just seems to be the go-to. I'm just going to burn myself out in cardio. So how would you talk to somebody that's thinking of like, okay, I'm going to do a total body workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm going to just like do like a boot camp, burn it, high intensity cardio. Is that too much?
Yeah. I mean, I would say that it all depends on the person and like their training age, right? So like if you're just beginning with working out, then I would say you need the rest days, you need the days to recover. If you've been training for, let's say, 10 years and that's your go-to and you like to do it, then have at it. I don't know that you're going to get again, just speaking from experience, I don't know that you would get the results that you're looking for by going that many days a week and just hammering it.
Yeah.
5-6 days a week, because I think just like you were alluding to, so many people undereat when they want to lose weight, and then they ramp up their exercise so much they put themselves in like a catabolic state, and the body starts to eat muscle and store body fat because it's stressed. Mm-hmm. And I don't know of anybody that wants to gain more body fat.
Yeah, right.
So
it's just so funny that it feels like, I mean, myself included have fallen into that routine where it's like counterintuitive that you think of like, oh, I'm going to be burning more, so obviously I'm going to lose more weight, when most of the time it'll make you hold steady, or it'll make you gain weight and not get to your goals because you're burning yourself out. And it's like, at least in my experience, it's one of those things. It's like sometimes, I mean, you could be listening to this and hear this conversation and be like, and get it, but still not like feel it. Does that make sense? And so until like you live it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this isn't like, then you're just like, the less is more attitude is just not popular.
No. And there was, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said like you can either work out hard or you can work out long. And I think that would kind of correlate to what we're talking about. You can either go into the gym 3 days a week and get after it, or you could work out 7 days a week, and that would be more of like your slow intensity cardio, your machine-based training. You're not really getting after it in the gym kind of thing. You're just going in, you're getting a workout in, you're moving, but it's not really like, whew, I'm really burning some calories here. You know? So I think that's just kind of a good way to think about it, is like you can go into the gym 3 days a week and really turn it up and get the results that you're looking for. Or you could go 7 days a week and you got to kind of moderate it a little bit.
So if somebody doesn't have like the luxury of coming to Cincy 360 and having a personal trainer, and you're going to like a box gym, or even you're building your own workout at home, like standard, again, broad stroke, like what would a good full body workout look like? Like how would you build that out for yourself?
I mean, again, depending upon your experience level in the gym, but let's say you're just a beginner, movement really breaks down into 5 movements. You have your squat pattern, you have your deadlift or your hinge pattern, you have your pull pattern, you got a push pattern, and then you have walking, right? So typically all exercises can break down into those 5 categories. There's a couple more, but those get into specifics. So I would just pick out of those categories, right? So if you want to do like a body weight squat, let's say you don't have anything available, that would be a good one. A hinge, you could do like a glute raise off of a Swiss ball. You could do airplanes, just a one-legged deadlift kind of thing. If you didn't have weight, you wouldn't have to weight that. Push-ups are a great one. There's so many varieties of those. And then pull is a hard pattern to do at home because typically people don't have like a pull-up bar, or, pull-ups are really challenging for people. Mm-hmm. So that one you got to kind of get, you got to let your creativity go a little bit.
I mean, couldn't you, even if you wanted to get like really creative, like couldn't you just get like a couple like milk jugs and do some like rows with that?
Yeah. I mean, you could. Bands, that's where bands come into play. Bands would be good for your back. Yeah, I mean, I guess milk jugs would work.
I don't know, that's where my brain went. If you don't have like weights and stuff at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's and if you're going to do something like that, then it's more like focused on squeezing the muscle rather than, lifting the weight, right? Because like milk jug, you're not going to get that much load from it, but you can, time under tension kind of thing, squeeze the muscle as you're going through it.
So I didn't hear any piñata hitting in that workout at all.
That's on Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Saturdays when you put the piñata up and just go to town. Cardio, just blindfold yourself, spin around 10 times. And
oh, man, don't get vertigo.
See.
Don't do that. It's no bueno right there.
No.
You get sick, you puke. But speaking of that, let's bring this right back around. I want to ask you the question, what man-made object represents your personality? Oh, you thought I was going to let it go and not have to give it back to you, but
well, that's not fair.
It's totally fair. It's my podcast. It's my rules. When we're upstairs in the gym, it's your rules. When you got a microphone in front of your face, it's my rules.
What man-made object? This is an interesting one.
See? It's not easy.
Yeah, it is not.
Well, if there's okay, not even a man-made object. What is there anything that you think is representative of your personality? Like, what's something that you would think of and be like, "Oh, that says Josh."
No, not really. I mean, like, I don't know.
Okay, then maybe this will help. What is, what's the best compliment you've ever gotten? Like, it's a compliment that you like remember, that you're like, oh my God, that was a really good compliment.
As of late, it was a lady that said that I was like a physical therapist, but just knows a lot more about strength training. I thought that was coming from a physical therapist. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
So
I do not think that I'm a physical therapist. Like, they've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into that.
You don't have to like back that up. You don't have to ruin your own compliment.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to put that out there.
And so then that would be like, then you found value in feeling knowledgeable then, right? Kind of bring it back to the intellectual thing. It just made you feel like you knew what you were talking about. So then maybe the man-made object that makes you think of that is just like, I don't know, like a scholarly book or something like that. Like you think of like an encyclopedia or something like that. Then there you go.
Yeah, the Encyclopedia Britannica. That's what represents Josh.
So old.
I can read so well. Anybody that knows me knows that's a struggle. I just love how I told you my brain is pretty cloudy today, and you're firing away with 3 questions, bringing it back. All right, what about this one?
Yeah, well, you're doing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're getting it
Let
done.
it roll. Let it roll.
Did you have a set of encyclopedias as a kid?
My grandma did. So we didn't have, it was like grandma was the library. So everybody, anytime you had to go do a book report, you had to go to grandma's house.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy to think about? Like, cause now it'd be so easy with the internet.
Yeah.
You just I didn't have encyclopedias. It was just, for me, it was like going to the library and like photocopying stuff.
Yep.
And then having that.
I had to do that quite a bit. It's just, the phone has made it so easy.
I know. Like, that's got to be so hard as a teacher to just know that, like, how do you to stop people from cheating or just copying, pasting everything? Like,
right.
How do you know that they're really like writing anything?
Yeah.
Like, are you really learning
Google
anything?
Google answers everything.
Yeah. Like, I mean, especially with like virtual learning because of COVID and stuff, like how can you stop that?
I can remember when, the scientific calculators.
Oh yeah.
When like teachers were like, well, what are you going to do if you don't have that? Well, now we have it on our phones 24/7.
Those things are so freaking expensive.
Yeah. They were like $100.
Yeah. And I think some classes still require them.
That's crazy.
They had Snake on them. At least that was cool. Like, I was excited it had a game on it. But
it's an expensive game.
I know, right? Well, so is a phone. That's a $1,000 brick full of games and all that other stuff.
That's valid.
So is there anything else to add to the split versus total body workout? Or did we pretty much cover it, do you feel?
No, I mean, I think that, again, just like with anything, test, retest. You know, if it's something that you're questioning, whether a split routine's good for you or a full body routine's good for you, try them both. Run them for 3 months as a little cycle and
so
see what one you...
If you only had 3 days in the week, would you what would doing a split routine, how would that affect your progress? If you just did like arms, back, legs in a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in how you choose the exercises. It's not, there's no perfect program. That's what everybody has, this misconception that like there's this program that you can just type in your name and it's going to give you exactly what you need to do. Like you have to continually change it up. Like your body's going to adapt from the stimulus that you're putting upon it. So you can run a full body program for 3 months and then you could go to a split routine for 3 months and then you could go back to a full body routine for 3 months. You don't have to do the same thing. You know, this is my program and I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. It's like, no, do it until it doesn't work anymore and then change it up.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, there's so many, and I get it, right? It's, we want to chase this like, well, what do I need to do? What is perfect for me? And it's like, you don't, that's the fun of it. The trying to figure that out is the process. It's, you know, some split routines work for certain people and by all means go and do that. And if you want to do that for the rest of your life, there's so many exercises that you can constantly change it up. You know, you could call a split routine hamstrings, chest, quads, back, and then full body one day. You could do that. Or you could do, you know, back, chest one day, hamstrings, quads one day, full body one day. You know, there's an infinite amount of possibilities that you can play with when it comes to the variables of exercise. It's just, it's almost like there's so much to choose from that's what paralyzes people. It's like, well, what do I need to do? It's like, sometimes you just need to move. Like, it doesn't have to
do what
be.
you want to do. Then you'll stick to it.
Have fun with it. You know, if it's something that you enjoy, then do more of that. And the things that you need to do, put them in there. I mean, it's not all roses. You know, there's some stuff that you just have to do that you're like, I don't like to do that, but you need to do that. And, you know, so many people avoid the things that they're weak at, rightfully so, but that's not going to make you stronger, right? It's the weakest link is what breaks in the chain. It's not the strongest link. So if we continually do the things that we're really, really strong at, then the chain's not going to get any stronger. So
speaking of that, would you say out of everything, would you say an important component to all of that, would you say to make sure you have a core in there?
Oh, yeah.
But like also, I mean, this could be its own podcast of just what people think core exercises are, because a lot of it is just like just poor form crunches and like 1,000 of them, or like all of these things that like don't really do anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the core is so complex. It's really fascinating. I mean, but the core is the core. It's the nucleus. It's the thing that everybody should have as strong as possible. And that way the chance of injury goes down. I mean, nobody's walking around with too strong of a core. It's just not possible. But to your point, I mean, people don't think of doing a squat as core. Your core is working in some fashion to hold the weight up if you're doing a weighted squat, or to just hold your torso up if you're doing a body weight squat. Like, your core is always working. So, you know, people that say that they never work their core, it's like, if you're exercising, you're working your core. Yeah. Unless you're just sitting on machines 24/7, and then your core's not working that much.
See, again, that's why I think we should make that a whole separate topic. Like, I don't think most people would realize if you're using a machine that you're letting parts of your body sleep. Oh, yeah. Your body just, you know, works under the principle of, like, if it doesn't have to use it, it won't. So least energy expendable. So if you're seated on a bench, your core's, well, I don't have to work, so it just shuts down. Not shuts down, but it doesn't work as effectively as it could be.
and you can try to turn it on with the mind muscle connection, but your core really you shouldn't have to do that. Your core should turn on if it's functioning properly when it needs to turn on.
And how much of the population would you say has a non-functional core?
A lot. Yeah. I mean, there's just, because then it goes into the whole breathing pattern, what you eat, like all of that stuff feeds into if the core is functioning properly. And, the lifestyle that we lead, the majority of people, their cores aren't functioning properly. I mean, mine wasn't for 7 years. I had no clue that you should be able to tilt your pelvis and rotate your pelvis from side to side and breathe into your belly, and all of that stuff factors into whether your core is going to function properly or not. The typical splits of chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, legs maybe on Wednesday, Thursday, that was like a kind of a rest day. And then Friday was arm day. And ran that forever. And, you just live and learn.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a pin in that. I think we should do another episode on the core.
On the core.
Not the Ben and Jerry's core. Have you ever had those though?
No. What are those?
Oh my! Well, Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Uh-huh.
They have ones that are called just like the core, and so it's like all the ice cream is on the outside, but in the middle, like a core, like a cylinder, is just like either like cookie dough or like caramel or like chocolate, where it's just like it takes out the middle of the pint, and then the ice cream's around the core.
It's an awesome way to end the fitness podcast. It's all about balance.
It is. That's exactly what I was going to say. Come on.
No, that sounds amazing. I have never tried that, but I will.
It is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah. I will use that'll be my homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's solid. All right. Well, next time you'll have to report back about what flavor you got.
I will do that.
Ben and Jerry's, I don't think they'll sponsor me, but I'd take it.
There you go.
All right. Thanks.
AmandaValentineBites.com